and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases. That time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via Amazon, DHL, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that KG outlaw, Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases, and we got round after round after round after round after round of weekly purchases later on this very episode here. Last week it was an all-timer coming off San Diego Comic-Con, and then this week it gets bigger and bigger. It just never ends, it feels like sometimes. But this week is a special one, of course. Got to thank our friends, Jay'sToysAndGames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, that's on all in-stock items. And I took a heck of an advantage of that this week, as you're going to see in weekly purchases. Tons of stuff coming to them. But they do have a new section of their website called the Carded Classics. Jay's Toys and Games isn't just new product. They have 3 brick and mortar stores with tons of on-card images, or tons of on-card figures, more like it. But they are putting some of that up on their website going forward, and you can use code Kyle to save yourself 15% on those Carded Classics. They just put some early WWE Mattel Legends up there, a lot of classic Star Wars, Kenner Jurassic Park from back in the day. There's a lot of stuff, and I've seen their warehouse. I've obviously seen all of their stores. They got so much stuff to put up there. It's going to make our heads spin. So keep your eyes out for Jay'sToysAndGames.com. Check their new arrivals section like I do every single day. So many things coming and going through the door. But of course, got to thank them for sponsoring this very video, this very episode here. And I should say, if I can find it, right there on my feet, of course, it is time for the Patreon giveaway for the month of August. It is extra heavy duty right here with the G.I. Joe Classified series. So many classified figures coming through this week on the channel, last week, this coming week as well. But of course, Patreon members dive into that heavy duty, and a lot going on Patreon. Your best way to support the channel. You guys get that by now. You can also get the early edition of the podcast, my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, where my wife Angie and I break it down every single week. Available wherever podcasts are found, and every Tuesday, of course. And then video cast on YouTube. The video cast is up already. It was up Thursday this week. So you can get almost 5 days head start on the podcast if you want to. And you can support the channel. You can support my wife's coffee and sundress addiction, all that kind of fun stuff. She'll be out here in a second for the question of the week, of course, as usual. And you can see last week's podcast where I chip a tooth live on the podcast. So that was real fun. Really enjoyed that. Zagnut, I'll never forgive. I'll never forgive it, of course, right there. Also want to give a special shout out to the Safe Havens Toy Show, August 10th. So as you're watching this, leave this video when you're done. Head to the toy show. It is in Hopewell Junction, New York, 9 to 3, August 10th. Fundraiser to help open our shelter doors. Enzo Amori will be there. Good friend of the channel, Joe, sent that to me. Said, hey, could you say something about that? And I will, because I want to help those furry friends. You guys know how we do over here. So check that out if that is a thing you're into, and if you're in that New York area, of course. But everybody loves a good toy show, myself included, as you know. But I also love a little smoke show, and I guess that brings us to, of course, the question of the week. All right, Angie's here, and it's time for the question of the week. Angie, you excited for this question this week?
I'm freezing.
You're freezing. I can tell. I can tell it's cold down here. Angie looking only like she can look once again. Angie, thank you for joining us for question of the week. Doing double duty lately here with the podcast. How's the podcast going for you?
It's too much. I'm getting maxed out on talking.
She's getting maxed out on talking. How do you think I feel? My voice.
You love talking.
My voice is almost shot after the week I've had with the San Diego Comic-Con of grocery this week. I was talking a lot this week, so.
Your favorite sound is your own voice.
I'm frazzled, and my hair is frazzled too. But you love my voice. The kids love my voice. You guys all just sit there in silence, and I just talk to everybody. I have full-on conversations. You don't even have to say a word half the time.
True.
It's a wild time. You know how many ladies would love that? You know how many ladies would love that? Oh, my man just wants to talk to me all the time. Most ladies are like, oh, my man never talks to me. I won't shut up. I'm like, oh, did I tell you that time in 4th grade? Did I tell you that time I got my bike stolen? Let me tell you all about it.
Story repeater.
Never. You don't know. You don't even know that story. You've never, in our 20 plus years here, have you ever heard the
Then
story?
you finally got a new bike.
I did, but did you hear the gory details of the whole story?
God.
The in and out of the details? Oh, I'll get you later with that. I'll get you with a little in and out later. Don't worry about that. But Angie, what's new with you? What is your plans for this evening? As we're filming this, spoiler alert, it is Friday night. What's going on Friday night?
It's Friday night.
You gonna play some pickleball tonight?
I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, let's. What do you want to do tonight?
Grocery shop.
Ooh, get some groceries.
Food.
Ooh, get some steak. Yeah, how about that?
Buy food, eat food.
That's your plans tonight. I gotta go get my company car. It's in the shop, so we gotta pick that up. And then gotta go to Target, have a couple of returns. Gotta go to Walmart, got a couple of returns. Gonna check the figures out, of course. What are you feeling like for dinner?
I don't know.
Oh, fish. That's what I'm hungry for tonight.
So
I love fish. Oh, I love it. I'm ready for some of that.
It's delish.
It is. Give me some of that tilapia. That's my favorite fish.
Who always puts that on their slogan on their thing? Our fish is delish.
That would be bebops. And most people watching this have no idea what bebops is. They're like, oh, we don't have those in my area. But that's your plan this weekend, to go grocery shopping, get some foods, take some stuff. Any plans for Saturday, Sunday? Anything you're going to wow me with this weekend?
I just got a lot of work. You know this.
You know, I got a lot of work going on. I'm on the road to the Quad Cities next week. Quad Cities, Tuesday, Wednesday, coming out there. Thursday, Friday, I'm supposed to be on PTO. I don't think that's going to work out for me, unfortunately, as usual. Who knows what else is going on? But I was hoping you'd really razzle.
Oh, that's why everybody took a time.
Oh, for the fair?
For the fair.
Yeah, the fair is here. The state fair. It's the big one.
Everybody's slacking on me.
It's the big one. So then I was hoping you were going to really special it up this weekend and razzle and dazzle it a little bit for me. You were going to just, wine and dine me, maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
Who knows what you were going to do? But
You like wine?
no. I don't like wine. I like to be
No,
dined.
I like fish.
Give me a pizza. Give me some fish. Give me a nice salmon, a nice grilled salmon. I'll be off to the races there, of course. But a lot going on, but not a lot going on, of course. So we're still reeling over here from when I chipped my tooth last week on the podcast. Oh, it's been hard times. Flags at half mast out front of the house, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Gosh.
So who knows? But Angie, it's time for the question of the week. And Angie, this is your time to shine. Show us all how the question of the week goes.
Is that Duramo?
Sure.
Ramo?
Yep.
Ron Duramo.
Now, Ron asked the most questions of anybody in the
That
comments.
does
So
kind of rhyme.
Ron's got the question here.
Okay. Mattel is re-releasing LJN. Is that supposed to be LJN?
Question: since Mattel is re-releasing the LJN,
Ultimate Warrior, and your most wanted figure is a mint on card LJN Ultimate Warrior, would the new one make up for it, or do you need the OG? Do you need the
so he's trying to word salad me a little bit because I was talking about my issues with the LJN line here. Now, Angie, do you think I still need the original one, or do you think the new one will fill the hole in my heart?
You definitely need the original.
Definitely need the original all day
Aw.
long. I'm a Warrior guy, so I got to have that. Warrior's extra special to me.
Yeah.
This isn't just some random figure to me. This is a childhood nostalgia, holy grail. Getting that when I was like 8 years old, opening it up once upon a time. There's a lot of memories dived up into that. So I got to have the original one mint on card. That's my grail item one day. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but it'd be fun. It'd be fun. But I will be buying the Mattel LJN. I will get a loose one. I will get the blue carded one on card, and I will get the black carded one on card because I collect all the Ultimate Warrior figures. So I got to have all the Ultimate Warriors. There's no doubt about it in my mind. However, I think if you're the average Joe and you don't got that passion for Warrior like I have personally, I can see how you'd say, hey, I don't need the old one now. I'm just happy with this one here. So that's how I think the majority of the time this is going to go. I give the example all the time. I wanted the old school 1980s Turtles back in my collection. I had them when I was a kid. They are long gone. I wanted the original ones. But then Playmates re-released them, very similar carding. I said, you know what? Instead of spending $50 a turtle, $100 a turtle, whatever it is, I'm fine with the $9.97 and buying 4 of those for the price of 1 or probably less than that. That right there stopped somebody that was trying to sell their classic turtles out of a sale because my plan was to pick those up, and I did not do that. I went with the new ones. You're going to see that same thing with LJN. I guarantee there's so many people out there that say, well, I don't need to get that old Warrior. I just wanted a representation of it. I'm going to get this one. So people are going to miss out on a sale. Now, Warriors don't sell every single day because they're very expensive. However, the Hogan, not crazy expensive. There's going to be people missing out on that sales of that one because now I can get the shiny new one at Target, $24.99. Call it a day right there. But for me personally, with this question here, you try to get me in a little word salad there because Ultimate Warrior, I'm a completist of Ultimate Warrior, want everything Ultimate Warrior. That is the grail figure of all figures for me. I have a beautiful mint loose version of that, but I would love to have a nice protected case of one in box. Angie, add it to my Christmas list. It's only like $5,000 or whatever it is at this point. But man, oh man, I don't think I'll ever own it. And there's something nice about never owning your grail too, because then your hunt is always still there. So there's something nice about that. And I feel like if I do get that, it's finished. And I don't think Angie'd have a problem with this, but if I said, you know what, it's time to sell the whole collection, that was one. I would take the profits, whatever I have from that, and I would buy that with that one, just to have one figure represented. I keep my loose one too, but just have one figure represented in my collection. That would be the one I would want there.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. So that was a long-winded answer, but I see what he was trying to do there.
He's been like, yeah.
He was trying to tomfoolery me, and it didn't work. It didn't work. But Angie, you're just snuggle bug today. A little love bug.
I'm tired.
Oh, I'll give you a shot of protein that'll just zip you right up. You'll be all ready to go. You'll have no problems there.
You'll be right to sleep.
You'll be right to sleep. No sleeping for me. These people see me.
I get wide awake, you get right to sleep.
Oh no, I'm a sleeper. But we'll see. But Angie, we're at episode 20 of the podcast next week. A little bit of an anniversary here, a little bit of a milestone right there on the 20th episode of the podcast. And you know, a lot of people think I force you to wear your beautiful dresses you wear around town every single day.
No, I just feel, I don't know what to wear.
I don't know. You have all kinds of fashion, but I never say, Angie, you need to, I never go to like, oh, we're going to Victoria's Secret. We're getting this dress. You're going to wear it. There's none of that going on, people. This is a woman
that summer's over, I won't be wearing dresses.
She'll be in full parkas, so enjoy them. Enjoy them while you can. That's what I'm saying there.
I'm a summer dress girly.
It is a summer dress girly. You are. And you look good. You look good. But who knows?
I'll be wearing cardigans in no time.
Yep, she'll be wearing sweater. It'll be sweater vest season this fall. So yeah, be ready. It'll be Angie looking like the Stay Puft Marshmallow with the big parka on. That's what she's gonna be wearing in the winter. So enjoy it while you can, guys. And gals. The gals enjoy it too out there. Gals, we'd love to hear from you. TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. Send it to Angie. But there it is, Angie. That's question of the week. Anything else for you? No, you're finished as usual.
No.
She's finished as usual. I'm not, though. I got one of the biggest weekly purchases of all time. It's time for round number 1 of the weekly purchases.
2 rounds?
4, 5, 6 rounds. What are you talking about? There's a lot. You know me. I go round after round. Round after round. I have no stopping in between. Hardest working man in the action figure game. And other things as well. So there it is. Time for the weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 1 of weekly purchases, and no hiding this big bad boy. We're going to go the big stuff first is what we're going to do. And we got a huge week of weekly purchases going on here, but we're going to start it off with the Rattler. Finally through the door this week. Finally got the Rattler here. Very happy to have that one through the door. Interesting, if I had to rank my HasLab so far, I think I'm going Hiss 1, Dragonfly 2, Rattler 3. Now, I didn't have the Rattler as a kid. I didn't have the Hiss as a kid either, but I did have the Dragonfly. But I don't know. I like the ground vehicles more than the air. Maybe a Cobra Moray or a Killer Whale may change my mind, jump up that list. But Rattler is good. It's just not my favorite one so far. But check out the video on the channel. We did unbox that in the figures. Rattler through the door this week here. But we're not done. We got some other big boxes I figured we'd get out of the way first. Dragon Man, already put this one up on the channel, so check out the unboxing. You can see me bleed all over an action figure. It's happened, I think, 3 or 4 times now where I've cut my hand open and bled here at the table, but you know me, I don't stop. There's no quitting me. You're going to have to kill me to make me stop unboxing a video, but I did get blood all over the place, so that was fun to clean up later. Dragon Man through the door this week. Also found this at Walmart and unboxed this week. It is the R-Truth Miz Triple H pack. All my Walmarts got this one. $70, as you can imagine, not flying off the shelves. Did pick that one up this week right here. Also, I took advantage of 15% off over there at the Jazzwares Vault. I did get a Mint in Box Sting pack here. So I got a loose one, which we unboxed on the channel a couple of weeks ago. Now I got my loose one right here, or my Mint on Card one right here. Now, the Jazzwares team did tell me at San Diego Comic-Con, I said, it's really weird there was a 4th spot in here. It wasn't a 3-pack, there was a 4th spot. And they said, stay tuned because it sounds like they may release a figure that will go into this pack in the future. I don't know. We'll see how that ends up going. But last but not least, I got this sent to me. And of course, if you watch my podcast, cheap plug once again for the Kyle Peterson Show. Every single Tuesday, where podcasts are found, video cast on YouTube, had a special sponsor. And if you want to be the sponsor of a video or you want to be a sponsor of the podcast, reach out to me at TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. My wife, Angie, will take good care of you over there. So shoot me an email if you want to be a sponsor. We can work something out. But this week we had quite the sponsor, a pretty famous sponsor of the podcast, and they did send me something for my troubles. They said, hey, we want to gift you this. So I did receive it, and I am going to show it right here. It is Lego. Yes, Lego, that Lego. And it is the Krusty Burger pack right here, of course. Should we unbox this on the channel? Do you guys want a time lapse of me trying to put this together? I don't think anybody does there, but very fun of the Lego Corporation to sponsor the podcast, sponsor an episode of the podcast, and send me this way here. Very, very cool to get the Krusty set here, being a Simpsons fan after all. But that's a round one of weekly purchases. We could be this week into the championship round, so stay tuned for round number 2. All right, time for round number 2 of weekly purchases. And we're going to dive in with a special gift action this week in round number 2. And I got to give a special shout out to good brother Brandon out there. He reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, better check your ollies. There's this, that, and the other going on. I said, well, I know all about it. However, unfortunately for me, there is no ollies anywhere near me. I think an hour and a half drive is the closest ollies I have to me. So ollies not on my usual stopping grounds list. For good or for bad, depending. Some people have good luck there. Some people have just the abomination of a time there, of course, as we've seen. And I've seen on some of my travels as well. But he did say, hey, I want to hook you up for all the years of videos and everything, enjoying your videos. I want to send you something. So Brandon, I got to give him a special thank you for sending me the Outsiders 2-pack right here. So very nice of him to send me these. I should check and see, did I get, some people have been getting like 2 Kevin Nashes. Wouldn't that be something if I got, nope, it's Hall and Nash. It's all set, it's all kosher in there. I didn't even think to look at that. But he did send that to me out of the niceness of his heart. And I was playing a little bit of the ringside long game on this one. I wanted to get 2 of these to display different looks. Now I get to do that thanks to Brandon. So I appreciate that, Brandon, you sending me this way. Maybe one of these days I'll get an Ollie's in my neck of the wood, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Not going to hold my breath. We'll keep it wrestling related. Found this at Walmart, 157 Rey Mysterio. So mysterious, of course, in the main event line right there. Rey Mysterio through the door this week. Also found this at Walmart. It is Solo Sikoa Top Picks. Now, I kept going around back and forth. Do I need this? Is it new? Is it different? It does look to be new, and I have seen this in the Netflix packaging plus traditional packaging. Had to pick that one up. We'll get that unboxing done on the channel one of these days. And then, of course, we're not done with Hall and Nash. Got to thank old Ringside Collectibles coming through this week. Of course, code Kyle, save 10%. Kevin Nash, straight from the vault. Kevin Nash right here. Also got Scott Hall straight from the vault as well. And don't forget RVD, which is an interesting one. Obviously, we're going to unbox all these, and this one will have a lot to talk about with that RVD. And then my man, one of my absolute all-time favorites, good friend of the channel, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, from the vault back out there via Ringside. Pick them up right now. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. But we're not done. We're going over to He-Man, and we're going to our friends over there at jaystoysandgames.com. Like I said, make sure you're checking out their new arrivals every single day. Deals upon deals. And I'm very fortunate to live close to there where I could pick this stuff up. But this week through the door, new Masterverse. Jays has them. Hordak through the door. Cobra Khan. Oh my gosh. Rise of the Snake Men in the Masterverse line. And last but certainly least, Teela. Yes, Teela. Now she's good, of course. Teela there for the Masterverse. So expect some Masterverse unboxings on the channel in the next couple of days as well. Happy to get those ones. And we're not done here. We got a little He-Man. A little He-Man? How about a little Lion-O? Astral Plane, like a young Moody Blues. We're surfing that Astral Plane with the Astral Plane Lino, of course, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I got this over there at Super 7. I used code Kyle at Super 7 to save myself 0%, but it was fun to do. Fun to do regardless. So use code Kyle, support the channel over there at Super 7. But I did get Lion-O this week. And then last but not least for round number 2, all came in a nice box right here. It is Title Run Toys. And of course, Title Run Toys retro style figures. First time ever in any toy line. Ernest the Cat, the Miller. Of course, Juventud Guerrero. Let's get our Hoovy juice out of there. Or Guerrero, I apologize, of course. Mr. Wrath, Brian Clark himself. Got him through the door. A dangerous one, Danny Davis, who was signed to Powertown, but got himself out of that agreement. And then last but certainly not least, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orendorff. So Series 1, Title Run Toys Retros through the door. We'll be unboxing these on the channel in the next couple of days. Of course, early on Patreon. You guys know how we do it here by now. But that is round number 2 of weekly purchases. how about we move on to round number 3? All right, things are getting tighter and tighter as we move on to round number 3, but we're going to start it off with our friends once again at jaystoysandgames.com, and we're going to go to the Fantastic Four. A lot of Fantastic Four news lately. She-Hulk Fantastic Four over there at Jay's Toys and Games. Pick her up, of course. And then I got a lot of McFarlane this week from Jay's Toys and Games. How about a little Platinum? Batman yellow suit. Also saw this at Walmart this week, but Jay's has them as well. So I got the yellow suit there. The Troca edition of Batman as well. The big ears Batman there. Also picked up the digital Nightwing, of course. Disco Nightwing. Oh man, we're going to just do the boogie with him, of course. Get ready for to do the hustle is what we'll say. Batman version 2, Batwing version 2, more like it. Picked that up at Jay's Toys and Games as well. Not done with the Batman variant color suits. We got the green version. So now I think we got all of the colors. We got orange, we got blue, we got the Asbat one, or what was it called? Zurana. We got that one, of course. We got the green, we got the yellow, we got the purple. All the colors of the Batman rainbow. I think Ween sang a song about that once upon a time. Maybe, maybe not. There's the Asbat right there. Got that at Jay's Toys and Games as well. And then, of course, Metron DC Collector's Edition. Found this one out in the wild this week, so we did get him through the door. But once again, we are not done with Jay's Toys and Games. We got more Jay's Toys and Games stuff to come later on in this video here. But I do got an Amazon delivery. Megatron. Of course, you know me. I dabble in the Transformers. I just don't unbox them on the channel. But I do got Megatron through the door this week. And the re-release of Grimlock. I was thankful I sold my old version. I said, I haven't even unboxed it yet. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to buy this re-release. That's all I care about. So I made some money on the last one. Got the re-release right here. So I got 2 Transformers through the door this week. Shout out to good friend of the channel, Midwest Professional Wrestling legend, Gage Octane, my Transformers guy that guides me in the right direction with my Transformers. But now we're back to Jay's Toys and Games once again. We got Superboy, Page Punchers Edition Superboy right there. How about Wonder Woman, Page Puncher right there. Original edition Wonder Woman there. And then we're not done with Superboy yet. We got the Platinum edition of Superboy through the door, of course, this week. And we're not done. We got Steve Trevor, the Red Platinum. So jaystoysandgames.com, your one-stop shop for all your Todd McFarlane needs. I can't even see Todd in his toes. It's my guiding light when I do these videos. Can't even see him from the couch over here, unfortunately. We got all of those this week, but guess what? We're not done. We still got another round. How am I going to do this? How are we going to do this? Do we have to save it for next week? Do we do a part 2? I don't know, but we're not done. But I did find this at Walmart this week. The third one in the saga, Dracula Shredder, Universal Monsters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hitting your Walmarts right now. Found that out at my local Walmart, a couple of the local Walmarts this week, actually. Also, Best Buy had a ridiculous sale this week. Ended up getting this guy for $12.99, another Christopher Lee, so I could display one of the other looks. You know me with some of these NECAs. Also, played that long game, and for $11.99, I couldn't pass it up. It is Elvira Commando Edition, and is she really going commando? Or we saved that for my wife, I guess, going commando. But we did get Elvira, so now I guess I'm an Elvira collector at this point. So got that Elvira there. Also got this for $11.99. I think I'm going to do a giveaway on the channel for this. I also got the Wolfman. $11.99, I couldn't pass it up. It is Casey Jones, of course, as the Phantom of the Casey. We'll call him that. And then the one I said I was going to quit the line over. I was so fed up with the pricing on this figure, on this pack. I said, there's no way this is like $59.99 or whatever it was supposed to be. I said, I absolutely refuse to pay that. Well, I'm glad I did, because this went on clearance to $14.99 at Best Buy. Last Ronin, little mouser action. Can barely even see it here. Did pick that up for $14.99. I said, what the heck? I'm going to get 2 of them. So I got 2 of these this week at $14.99. So very happy to find that. Now, once again, I am complete in the Last Ronin collection. So nice to have that going on, especially at that discounted price there, because NECA, highway robbery on the original price for that one. Just not worth it. And that's what happens. People play the long game and nobody buys it. You get a deal. And we got to get a deal here on this channel, as you guys know. But that's round number 3. We got 1 round left to go. Let's move on into round number 4. All right, let's finish it off with round number 4, the smallest of the rounds here. Second smallest, maybe, but man, quite a couple of weeks of weekly purchases. Just when things have been dying down, San Diego Comic-Con explodes all over us, and here we're stuck with all this. So a lot of unboxings to come to both my YouTube channels and, of course, Patreon YouTube channel members, getting that stuff a little bit early there. Did get a little eBay pickup this week for just a hair over $20, and I needed multiples of this figure. It is the Ultimate Warrior from the Papa Shango Amazon 2-pack. Got another Warrior there to have multiple looks. Of course, you know I'm an Ultimate Warrior guy. I had to have that. Found this for $12 on clearance at Target. Said, you know what, $12 plus 5% red card savings. Plus there was another deal if you spend $145 or $125 4 times in a month, and my wife can do that with her eyes closed. You got another $45, so it helped part of that as well. It is Chun-Li Red Edition here from the Street Fighter Jada line. Normally I don't do these variants, but for 12 bucks, really less than that, I couldn't pass it up. Ended up picking that up this week. And then where do I go from here? How about we go to more NECAs? I did pick this one up this week at Target. It is Jaws Ben Cooper Kid NECA. Looking pretty good there. Also picked up the Tar Man. Of course, Return of the Living Dead, one of my absolute favorite zombie movies of all time. And last but not least, of course, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Tiki Terror through the door as well. So I got those. So we got these 3 to unbox. I still got to unbox the Godzilla edition as well. So look forward to that. Maybe Kyle Peterson 2.0. We'll see what happens in the future. Speaking of San Diego Comic-Con, I got another exclusive, and my dad absolutely refuses to come over and have any part of this one with me, but it is the glow-in-the-dark Universal Monsters Bride of Frankenstein. So another good one here. Part of that glow-in-the-dark collection there with the Bride of Frankenstein. And keeping it a little bit Simpsons theme this week, we did get the Krusty Burger Shop here off of Amazon for $8. The Jakks edition here. So we got the Lego edition, we got the Jakks edition. $8, that's a deal. Got this for my daughter Emma, who was quasi collecting this line. We'll see where it goes. This could end up going to Toys for Tots later on this year here. And then we're going to finish it off a little bit of spookiness here with little Jason Voorhees. There's one right there, of course. How about Freddy vs. Jason right here? And then last but not least, part 7 of Friday the 13th, as I'm diving into all these Jason figures. Grabbed all of those at Jay's Toys and Games as well. Save 15%. You guys know the drill by now. A lot going on over there. There's a lot of stuff to choose from. And man, that savings doesn't get better than that, of course. But there it is. Another round of weekly purchases. Can you see me? Just barely there. But man, oh man, a big, big week. What did you find this week? You find this much stuff? Hopefully not. Hopefully for your wallets you did not. But let me know what you picked up this week in weekly purchases. What are you excited to see unboxed? Is there anything you want me to move to the top of the house as far as unboxings go? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel and my other YouTube channel. Check out YouTube channel memberships. Check out Patreon. Check out the Kyle Peterson Show podcast each and every single Tuesday with my wife, Angie, and I as we dive in to everything and anything over there. Every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. Check out Sir Paul 64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. So for another week of weekly purchases, you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?